Good afternoon. Doing great. How you guys doing?
Your impressions, just kind of getting started. What did you think the group you had out there?
First day of OTAs, we're very excited to get on the grass and actually be able to, go against each other, compete in a controlled environment. Thought guys did a really good job of handling the way we came out today, and so I told our guys this is a great first day, great starting point. Now it's just about stacking days and getting better each day. I feel like we have the right guys with the right attitude who will do that.
How beneficial is it for you guys to have, most if not all of your linemen in camp today?
It's beneficial to always have, during this time, a voluntary time where guys don't have to be here. I think it's very beneficial if guys are here because you can get a lot of good productive work done. Understanding the scheme, understanding the terminology, things that we're using, actually performing the techniques and executing. Everything about our offseason program sets you up to compete come training camp. So the more time on task, the more you're able to be here, get coaching from our guys. It's only going to help us when it comes training camp. So every person who's here will benefit from being here. This is voluntary. It's not about managing guys who aren't here. They aren't here. It's voluntary.
CJ was observing as Davis was taking the snaps. Anything with him? Was he going to do it?
For all the guys you see here, guys, there will be guys on different schedules, different routines. So you'll see some guys out, some guys won't be out there, some guys will be, some guys will be on different snap count, different pitch count. So there's nothing going on right now within our guys. Everybody's just on their own schedule.
When it came to being in the tush push and the pushing and the pulling of guys, what was your take on what shouldn't have been done? I think at the combine you didn't really take a stance on that.
Yeah, I think the Eagles have done a really nice job with the play, right? They're using a play that benefits them, and they have the quarterback who does a really good job of making that play successful. I think other people have tried that play and it hasn't been so successful. So I think first off, the play, it goes to Jalen Hurts and a credit to him and the strength that he has, the way the O-line are executing the play is a credit to Philly for them putting their players in position to make plays. And that's what coaching is all about. So, they've done a really great job of doing that.
DeMeco, what did you see from Christian Kirk today, and how is he fitting in to what you're planning for the offense?
Yeah, Christian's been everything we could ask for. Talk about a guy he's dedicated to getting better. He's honed in on his craft. He's leading our young guys. He's a hard worker. He shows up every day with the right attitude, working hard, showing guys how it's done. And that's what I've seen from him his entire career. So just pleased to now have him on our side, being able to help us and help our younger guys.
Coach, although it was voluntary, how much of that competitive nature did you see, a competitive spirit, did you see from those guys on the field?
Anytime you line up, it's time to compete, and that's what I felt from our guys. You felt that competitive energy. I think everybody who's here at practice today probably felt that energy, and that's what we're about. We're about competing. We're about challenging each other to make each other better, and that's what I love about the group of guys that we have. And to be able to do it in an environment where you can't go too far, but you got to toe that line just a little bit. Our guys done a great job of that, of just being safe, first and foremost, protecting each other, but also getting good quality work in.
But there's been a lot of new pieces that you guys have brought into the offense. How have you kind of seen them mesh together?
Yeah, we're still in that process, that phase of getting guys to gel together and work through our system. This is our first time lining up against an actual defense, so it takes time. It takes a process to get there. We're not just going to line up and be where we want to be the first day. That's not how I want it. You want to see that continued growth. You want to see guys continue to push and get better each day, and that's where we are.
Meetings and had conversations with Nick Haley, of course, behind the scenes, but what was it like for you to see him interact with his guys in the offense?
Well, Nick is the same. It doesn't change from the moment I interviewed him to his meetings with the players to him being out here on the field. Again, I spoke about it before. You see constant energy from the guy. He's constantly teaching the guys, trying to help the guys as best he can. So he's done a great job of leading the group, leading the coaching staff, leading the players, and I'm excited to see his growth throughout this process.
It seems like NFL players will be allowed to compete in the Olympics and flag football competition. What would you think about the Texans participating in that? Is there anyone you think would be good?
whatever guys want to do, that's up to them. When it comes to if they want to compete in the Olympics and they're allowed to, that's a personal choice. I really don't care. If it helps us, I care about the Texans winning games. That's it. Say that again.
Who on the Texans do you think would be specifically for that?
I have no idea. Whoever you think, buddy.
When it comes to offensive linemen in these type of workouts, is there a specific focus that you give those guys to work on in a workout like this?
Yeah, it's great, man. Really, to have our OTA practices be successful, it takes a lot of give and take between the offensive and defensive line. So there is a fine line of like just working your technique, being in the right position, but not going too far where you get in a bad spot where you want to push a guy in the back or D-line, you want to finish a guy. So it's a lot of give and take there. And I commend, Cole and Rod for doing a great job of leading their groups to allow us to have a safe, productive practice. But one thing where our O-line can benefit, and they've been working all phase 2 on just working really good low pads, like working great pad level, hand placement, footwork, those fundamental, those small details that allow you to be great as an offensive line. That's what you can work here.
On the line, when it comes to finding the best 5, what's the philosophy about how you determine that? Obviously, a lot of months till you play a real football game.
Yeah, this is our first day of OTA, so when it comes to finding our best group, it'll be a lot of mixing and matching guys, putting guys in different spots, and seeing which 5 guys work well together. So one thing about the O-line is a lot of smart guys in that room, and they can move around, they can play multiple spots, and so that helps them. But it's just a matter of finding that 5 once we actually can get in training camp, put pads on. Nobody's making the team right now in shorts and helmets.
From where you were in the beginning to now, are there any players that stick out as kind of like a little bit more vocal, kind of leader, better communicators from when you first got here to now?
From my standpoint, it's guys have been the same. The guys when I first got in, Will, CJ, those guys have been the same. Nico has been the same. Jalen Petrie. That's the one thing I love about our guys. They're steady, right? Nobody has to rise up and do anything different. They're steady. Guys have done a good job of just gelling together as a group. We got a really good core of leaders who are leading our guys. They know how to practice. I don't have to spend a ton of time of teaching guys how to practice anymore. Our leaders are showing these guys the way, so they make it easy on me.
Seem to get a lot better in his second year, and obviously he wants to reach really big heights. What do you think he has to do to continue on that trajectory that you
Yeah, what Will has to do to continue to step his game up and take it to another level is just really, again, football is just about the fine, smaller details. So it's about, the get off, the hand placement as a rusher, like being able to convert on his. There's so many technical things that he can get better at as a rusher that would allow him to take his game to the next level. We'll be doing joint practices with the Panthers and with the Lions this training camp. So we'll do one day with both teams. Excited to work against those teams. You get different defensive looks from both teams, different offensive looks. And you get to do it in a competitive environment where you're not live on the quarterback. So it's the safest way that I feel like we can get really good work for our starters against other teams. And so I'm excited to go against the Panthers, excited to go against the Lions. 2 head coaches who I respect a lot. Dave has done a great job there. And so I'm excited to see him. I think they're on the rise. They've done a really good job with what he's had so far. So I'm excited to see that team come in. And we know what the Lions are about. Coach Campbell and his energy, his spirit as a head coach is just second to none. So I'm excited to work with both guys. I think we can gain a lot out of both practices.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, appreciate it.